Hello everybody, this is Iva from the future, as in 2 weeks after this live was originally recorded and uploaded to social media. And I am interjecting here because the introduction got all kinds of funky. I had all kinds of sound settings that I did not mute, and the funny story is this is actually my third take on this introduction. So I am interjecting myself here at the beginning, and I'll be interjecting myself in the middle too, because around the time when I start showing you what I'm doing to kind of clean up my eating and that type of stuff, I show you on a screen of products I use. Not sponsored, by the way, but while I did learn how to do that, I forgot to add in audio. So at the beginning, I have too much audio. In the middle, I don't have any audio, and at the end I have just enough audio. So what I've decided to do is give you a new introduction, and I'll give you a new middle part too. The great thing about it is, since I am recording this and kind of meshing it with the live, I'll be able to edit, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more cohesive and not as rambly as I tend to be. Lord, I hope I wasn't echoing. I need a producer. That's what I need. My producer is in town at Harbor Freight getting filters for what's that called? Shop vac. But I would love for him to be my producer. Until then, I'm a one-woman show. So what was I talking about? Oh, I promised that I would kind of learn, and I am learning. YouTube and Google are my best friend. I'm not even going to lie. I'd rather go watch a tutorial, read a tutorial, and then do it along with the tutorial. I mentioned this last week, and so yeah, I've kind of been working around, playing around with that. So I'm proud of myself, and I am going to impress you. Not really, but I'm going to depress you with some of my skills this week. So, last week when I checked in with you guys, I was groggy. It was bad. It was pretty bad. But I ended up going to school. I had no fever. I kept my germs to myself. I stayed out of, my littles' faces. I stayed out of my team's faces. I suspect that I caught it from a student because, hello, I'm a teacher. Teachers gonna get sick. I'm just very thankful, and I mentioned this last week, I'm very thankful that I didn't get sick in August when I was just getting the train moving for the new year, and like my body kind of waited until now. Being sick still kind of stinks, but I'm thankful it was, just a cold. Unfortunately, that cold was a runaround Sue. That would be my 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds. You guys remember runaround Sue. Anyway, that's what this cold was, because before the end of this week, I had it, clearly got over it. One para had it, got over it. Another para was out on Friday because she was so dead, and I'm so thankful that she took the time. And then another para was trying to get sick, but I don't think she did get sick. And then it went through all my students as well. We're talking like snots, coughs, deep coughs. I already said snots. Low grade fevers. It was just horrible. And then worse is I brought it home. And that's always my biggest fear, because I am exposed to my students, my paras, my school, other kids, other teachers, other individuals. I'm exposed to a lot of germs, which allows my body to naturally kind of build immunity. I'm very thankful that I do not have an autoimmune system. Otherwise, I probably would have a rough time working in the environment that I do. I would probably be sick a lot more. And I'm thankful that I'm not. But having said that, Danny, being a stay at home husband, does not get exposed to germs as frequently as I do unless I bring them home. Yes, he goes into town like he is now and gets exposed to some germs, but nothing like the petri dish that every educator or person who works with children are exposed to. And if you know, you know. So I ended up getting him sick. Well, friends, when you don't have chronic pain and you get a cold, you feel like death warmed over. Okay? But when you have chronic pain and you get a cold and you're a guy, you're like twice dead. You're so dead they're gonna have to bury you twice. Name that movie. He was just feeling horrible. He had the cough, the deep cough, and every time he coughed, he tensed up his muscles, which like jarred his bones and all that. So he was in pain on top of pain, and I felt so bad for him, so bad. Luckily, despite the chronic pain, he doesn't have an autoimmune deficiency. No, autoimmune disorder. Yeah, when your body attacks yourself, when your body attacks itself. Yeah, like Crohn's disease, that's autoimmune, right? Anyway, point is, he's got a really good I just lost the word. What's it called? Immune system. He's got a good immune system. So while he was feeling really pukey by Monday, today, well, yesterday actually, yesterday for the first time, he cooked dinner for us. We had steak tacos. It was delicious because we had had steak, baked potatoes, and green beans last Friday when my mother-in-law was here. And it was absolutely fabulous. But he did not like the meat, so he was thinking maybe repurposing it for steak tacos, which he did last night, and they were just phenomenal. So he's feeling much better, and I'm so thankful. So if you have been dealing with sickness that your body can fight, I hope you're feeling better. And if you are in the middle of a fight that you're just not sure where it's going, I know it sucks. And I also know that there is nothing I can do or say that's going to make that better. So I'm not even going to pretend. No positive, or what is it called? Toxic positivity on this end. I'm not going to do it. However, that said, if you need an ear, I will listen and shut my mouth. I've been doing that a lot more. I know you probably can't tell from this video, but I have been doing that a lot more, just shutting my mouth. In text message, when friends reach out to me, instead of trying to solve their problem, I'm just listening. Just listening. I don't know if that's helping, but in my mind, I'm thinking it's not ticking them off as much. Not that my friends would ever say, you know what, you're really ticking me off, because they're too nice for that. But maybe people who aren't in the know are more likely and more inclined to try to fix things. And I feel like that's insulting to those people who are going through things. And I could be completely off base. And if I am off base, as always, I'm open to discussion. Even if we don't agree, I would love to have a discussion, have a conversation, and open my eyes, maybe open other people's eyes. So if you want to, down below. So where am I streaming to? I'm currently streaming, should be, I am streaming, let's see, Uh, let's see. Live information. Okay. And well, I should be streaming. I don't know if I am or not. So I'm live. Where I'm live at, I have no idea. But the three platforms I should be streaming on are YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Like I said, I don't know if I am or not. If I'm not, it's okay. It is okay. Let's see. Let me go to my page. Oh, there I am. Okay, that's exciting. So, that's where I am. So, big news. Kind of big news. Your friend's been kind of busy this week, past 2 weeks. I went. Oh, this is a story that started 2 weeks ago. I went to the girly doctor. You guys know how the girly doctor goes, right? I stepped on the scale and I did not like the weight that I saw. A couple weeks ago, I think it was, we also did fall pictures at school, and the photographer allowed me to look at my picture. So, as I was getting ready to say, I got the coupon that allowed me to get Noom for free. And if you know anything about Noom, you know it's very expensive. I don't feel bad doing this because technically, as I said before, technically I have a prescription. I'm just waiting for a prior authorization. So, let me show you Noom. All right. So, they have several programs. So, what makes Noom a little different is that it's not just a calorie counter. It's not just a log of meals. It's not just a journal. It's kind of all those things in addition to daily lessons that kind of teach you the science behind eating, how food affects us, and that type of thing. And it's been really really good. Um, the best part I think is um, when you get a personal coach, meaning she, because I'm a woman, checks in with you. If you were a guy, he would check in with you. Um, and uh, they just check in with you about your goals and that kind of stuff. Then they also have a community that you check in with people like you, and so you have that support. But they also, as far as food goes, I really like this program in that it talks about food as just food. Food is just food. A chocolate chip cookie is just food. A kale salad is just food. Food is just food. There's no good or bad food. It's just food. You get it? Food is just food. So the way they tackle that is they have a color system. They have a green food, which are typically less calorie dense than an orange food. Notice I didn't say a red food, it's an orange food. So, for example, an orange might be a green food. Some cottage cheese might be full fat cottage cheese, or a tablespoon of peanut butter might be a orange food. Not because it's bad, because it isn't, but just because you have to watch your portions because they're so calorie dense. Um, Nuts, for example, you can have a serving of nuts and it's like 130 calories, which means it's pretty easy to overeat if you're not paying attention. And then in between your green foods and your orange foods, you have your yellow foods. And yellow foods again are the moderately calorie dense foods. So I really enjoy it. Let's see if this will do it. Yep, here it is. Noom subscription. So 1 month is $60 US. 12 months is $200. So yeah, like I say, it's definitely not the cheapest. Um, but I like it. I like it a lot. Can you find this information for free elsewhere? Oh, excuse me. You possibly could. Okay, so that's new. Something else that I've been doing in addition to that is I've been working on trying to get my collagen. This is the collagen that I'm currently using. I usually go to Big Lots to get my collagen, but I picked this up. It's got type 1 and type 3 um, collagen in it, and I usually put it my in my coffee. Those are the two kind. Hydrolyzed bovine collagen type 1 and type 3. By the way, I feel um, I feel like I need to say that if you are a vegetarian, this is not what you need. I'm sure that there are collagen type substitutions, but collagen, excuse me, collagen equals animal byproduct. Okay, so if you're a vegetarian, do not use this. They also have it in pill form, but I just put it in my coffee. A friend of mine recently gave me this. Now, do you see that? Let me highlight it. Oop, do you see that? $100 for one canister of this. However, this has several kinds of collagen. It's got fish, chicken, and bovine. It also has apple cider vinegar for gut health. It has hyaluronic acid. Why is that such a hard word to say? Vitamin C for immune. It is also sugar-free, non-GMO, dairy-free, and gluten-free. Again, so not good if you're a vegetarian, but okay if you're not. And these are this is the supplemental facts, the breakdown. I usually put it in my water. I drink a cup of coffee in the morning. I take a to-go cup with keto creamer. I'm going to show you that next. And then I put this in my water, and that's what I drink. Have I noticed a difference? Yes, I have. Hair, skin, and nails are much stronger. I also feel like I have a little bit more energy. And again, I don't know if that's psychosomatic. So I really like it. It's a lot of money for a month, and it's really not even a month. I think it only has like 20 servings, so it doesn't even last a month. And I mean, they have a subscription for $80, so you save if you want to do that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Danny suggests that I take it and then I don't take it and see if I notice a difference. And if I do, maybe we can fit it into our budget. If I don't, then it was psychosomatic and I'm okay. All right. The other thing that I put into my coffee, so a lot of times I'll put this into my coffee. And then for my to-go cup of coffee, because I really don't eat breakfast usually, I have this. Now the kind I have isn't exactly this brand, but it's close. I found mine at Big Lots. If you are looking for specialty foods, I highly suggest going to Big Lots because they have a great variety. Just be sure to check expiration dates and check prices too. A lot of times you can have two identical products and they will have two different prices. I don't know why. But this is for people who are keto or low carb. You'll recognize why this is good. because it does have your coconut MCT, and it's got grass-fed butter, and it's got the Himalayan salt. So it has your I completely drew a blank. I'll think of it later. Anyway, it's got the fat to fill you up. It's got the salt, the grass-fed butter, all the good stuff. However, as you can probably tell, it's not going to be the um, the least amount of calories. It packs a punch. I do measure out 2 tablespoons of creamer, and that adds like it's 90 calories for my to-go coffee, and it's got a lot of fat, and it doesn't have a lot of protein, um, but it keeps me full. And these are the ingredients. You know, they guar gum, not very good, and silica because it's a powder. So, is it the best thing to put in your coffee? No, but it's what I do. You could also, if you really wanted to, you could just get regular coffee. You can put MCT oil in it. You can put grass fed grass fed butter, which does butter eat grass? And Himalayan sea salt, and kind of do away with the guar gum and the silica, and probably get the same type of thing. And that is like bulletproof coffee. If it sounds disgusting, um, it probably is for you, but for my keto followers. So I am not keto. I am eating everything under the sun within moderation. Thanksgiving dinner has really thrown me for a loop, but I don't feel guilty about it. Um, I know I'm going to overeat, or I shouldn't say overeat because I didn't get seconds and my portion sizes were acceptable. It's just that in general, casseroles and that kind of thing, they're very calorie dense. So it's very easy to go over your caloric budget eating a Thanksgiving dinner. But um I've been listening to, let me do this real quick so that, hi again. Okay, so let me go. I have been listening to this wonderful lady. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I've been listening to this wonderful lady, and she is a woman in her 50s, and she talks about her 5 tenets of health. Um, Getting enough sleep, eating within your calorie budget, getting moderate exercise, journaling, and mindset. So um, I've been I've been following her for many years, but I've recently started um, listening to her podcast. And her podcast that I listened to yesterday, she talked about um, the podcast was, "Can you really lose weight during the holidays?" And the long and short of it is yes, yes, you can. But you can also set limits and plan and tell yourself, I'm only going to gain 5 pounds over the holidays. Now, 5 pounds for some of you, it might sound weird for you to say that, but if you set those guidelines and it allows you to kind of indulge for the holidays, if you set those guidelines, then for many of us, if we say, okay, we're only going to gain 5 pounds during the holidays being Thanksgiving, Christmas, any of the winter holidays, and New Year's Eve. That's what I consider the holidays. If I set a goal to not gain more than 5 pounds and I achieve that goal, for many of us, that's the least amount of weight we've ever gained over the holidays. So it's kind of a win. And her theory for weight loss and health is the long game. It's slow, it's steady, and you eat sugar and you enjoy foods and you enjoy life. And basically, I'm not a naturally skinny person, I don't think. Basically, as far as I can tell, she teaches women to eat like thin women eat. If you're thin, hopefully you know what I'm talking about. You eat when you're hungry, you stop when you're full. You don't forego celebratory meals. You enjoy food, you enjoy your family, you enjoy friends, you enjoy life. And you're not always obsessed and thinking about food constantly. So this is kind of her framework, and I really like it. And the moderate exercise is great. It's like 20 to 25 minutes. I'm doing the walking at home program that she has out. It's similar to Leslie Sandstone, if you guys remember her from back in the day. So it's really great. Um, and her 5-0 method is mind blowing because, and this is going to rock a lot of your guys' worlds, getting started on this health plan that she has devised or designed, whatever. She said take your current weight and add 0 to it. Now, honey, if you are 200 pounds and you add a 0 to it, your calorie count for the day is 2,000 calories. Never in the history of diets have we ever been told that we should eat or we can eat 2,000 calories and still lose weight, but we can. Um, and as we get older, we need to give our bodies, those calories so that they can do what they need to do. Now, she is a staunch believer in calories in, calories out. And she also believes that regardless of whatever diet plan you use, ultimately you're operating within a calorie deficit. If you're cutting out a certain food group, calorie deficit. Um, so, yeah. And if you start losing weight and you get down and you're not losing weight anymore, which she says you will, but if you're not losing weight anymore, or if you don't work out every day, she says to create a 500 calorie deficit. And a 500 calorie deficit, depending on what you eat, could be a snack. 500 calories. So if you're not losing weight at 2,000 calories, that's 1,500 calories. But seriously, I probably wouldn't go any lower than 1,500 calories unless your doctor says so. Because I had read somewhere that we need like 1,500 calories. If I say 15,000, I meant 1,500. That we need 1,500 calories just to do our basic functions. Or maybe it's 1,200. 1,500, 1,200. I'm saying 1,000, aren't I? I am. But you know what I mean. But as always, this is just me talking. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, and I don't claim to be one. So do your own research, go talk to your doctor, and find what works for you, because ultimately there's a lot of things that work out there. It kind of works with your body, your mentality, and how you go through life. And I'm finding as I'm getting older that that's true for a lot of things. For example, slight change. There's more than one way to lose weight. There's more than one way to organize. There's more than one way to clean house. And yes, there is more than one way to fold towels. And ultimately, in this life, you've got to do what works best for you. So I went on for a lot longer than I anticipated. I will be cutting this bad boy up. So if you've stuck around, thanks so much. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. Me again. I didn't figure I would be on here for a third time, but here I am. I cut myself off, and I just couldn't leave you guys hanging. So here it is. Are you ready for my Saturday message on a Tuesday afternoon? I knew you would be. Remember, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and yes, you are enough just as you are. Love you guys. See you Saturday. Bye now.